Hello, this is Winston Smith reminding you to click the like button and subscribe along with the notification bell for when we upload videos. Thank you.
What's up, YouTube? This is Winston Smith back again with another commentary. Today I'm commenting on Damon Dash and his $50 million lawsuit. If you don't know, a female by the name of Monique Bunn is suing Damon Dash for $50 million for an alleged sexual assault, for alleged sexual battery that occurred on April 14th of this year, 2019. So she claims that she flew to LA to meet with Dash and do work for his DDS Damon Dash Studios. And after she finished doing an evening of shooting, she was basically retired to his house to sleep. So she was supposed to get his daughter's room, and then he was supposed to be sleeping with his then fiance. So she was in the house with his Damon Dash's fiance at the time. So she's claiming that during the night he came up to her room and put his hands on her breast and then touched her buttocks without her permission. And she said that she got up in the middle of the night, woke up and seen this. So she said that when he touched her and he backed up, Damon Dash backed up and said, "What are you doing?" And Miss Monique Bunn said, "I'm sleeping, and I will fight you." And that's when Damon Dash, high off of marijuana and liquor, basically stumbled away back to his room. So he didn't persist with the sexual touching. He stumbled back to his room, and then that was it. That was July 14th. Now, this particular person now is a victim. So Monique Bunn, first and foremost, if you're going to get flown out to do a job, whatever job you're going to do, like any contractor job, the airfare and the hotel accommodations are included in it. So that means if I'm going to, like say I'm a computer scientist, and I'm going to Japan to do work, I'm not going to spend time over at the boss's house while I'm in Japan. I'm going to put up in a hotel, and then I'm going to leave from the hotel and go do my program and do whatever, and go back to the hotel. I'm not going to be staying in nobody's house, first and foremost. So that means, why are you staying in this man's house with his fiance? For one, he can afford to put you up in a hotel. And for two, if you're basically claiming that this person sexually battered you, touched you, because the definition of sexual battery is unforcible, unlawful touching of a person's genitalia without permission, without consent. That means if she was sleeping, technically she didn't give him consent. But then after the alleged attack, you said that you couldn't sleep because you were weirded out, you were creeped out, and you stayed awake all night. Why didn't you call the Uber to take you to get out this man's house? I mean, you could have gone to a hotel and spend the night. I mean, most hotels is like motel is $40 for 3 hours or 4 hours, right? $100 for the night. You mean to tell me you're doing work for Damon Dash, you couldn't afford a $100 hot sheets motel for the night? So you was basically up all night, you couldn't sleep, so you're gonna sit there in this big spooky mansion while this boogeyman can come and sexually assault you at any time, rather than getting the hell out, rather than calling the cops and filing a police report. She didn't file a police report the next day or weeks or months later. No police report at all. The only thing you have is a lawsuit. Now, I've been to the club, and I've been walking through the club, and I've been sexually battered numerous times by different women that are drunk and that are feeling themselves. I never went to the cops. You understand? So again, this is sexual battery, unlawful touching of someone's genitalia. Okay, act like it's sexual battery. File a complaint, file a charge. You know, it seems like it's just a money grab. You understand? Because this is Hollywood, and the motivation to come out with accusations is high because this person is famous and this person is well known. But if someone sexually assaulted you, no police report, you didn't tell anybody, you didn't put anything on Twitter or Facebook, you didn't try to remove yourself from the situation and try to get an Uber to take you out of there, and he didn't say anything to anybody, he didn't say anything to his then at the time fiance. So how are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to believe you? We have no evidence, because it's not like it's a sexual rape where there might be DNA evidence. It's a alleged sexual battery. So if I basically go and touch this table over here, There's no evidence that I touched the table unless the table's not going to say nothing. So there's no evidence that this person that you can gather other than documentation from the police precinct or email, text message that you sent the person that you were saying, well, I didn't like the way that you touched me last night or whatever. She didn't do none of that. So she just got up today and she said, okay, it's sexual battery, $50 million, and you didn't physically do anything. Come on, that's like anybody that get touched up for $50 million. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. What do you think? Do you really believe this accuser of Damon Dash, or is it some money grab?